So what are we doing? How are we fading this Seattle Seahawks team? I looked at the floor cases, Ryan, and they don't have last place in the NFC West. I'll just add that to the sheet here. We don't have a price yet, but I do think
fewest wins.
So fewest wins. What do you think the price should be?
I'd imagine they're one of the favorites, right? I didn't actually look at that market.
Well, it's 7.5, and the fewest wins for them it's like 23-1.
Really?
I thought that was a little short. I was hoping for like 30 plus.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not interested in that.
Well, because I think it's low, but it's maybe not. I don't think they're going to be the worst team in the NFL, and certainly not at.
They're going to get a win or two in the first 2 weeks.
23-1. Well, and that was the other thing is that you look at some of those spreads, them to be last winless teams, 25-1, and they have some decent spots early.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
I don't like the ceiling case for, and I don't like coach of the year too. Like if you're looking for some insurance on fading them,
I don't get the love of that bet.
This one we talked about on the VSiN show, Ryan, but Zach Charbonnet to lead the NFC West in rushing yards, 50-1. Put me down for that.
Beautiful. If you're following the system, it's perfect.
Well, because
give it to me.
It makes a ton of sense. I think there's a world. Again, I'm not predicting Christian McCaffrey gets injured. Math is okay. So let's say hypothetically, math comes through and Christian McCaffrey gets injured. Okay, he's not going to lead the NFC West in rushing.
Yep.
What about Kyron Williams and Blake Corum? Well, Kyron Williams dealing with the foot thing.
Math might be coming for him too.
Maybe they throw a little bit more than expected.
Did you know Math was here before us? Before we colonized this great land, Math was here.
And then you look at the other Arizona, similar situation where you have a vet, James Conner, dealing with a rookie that they drafted super high in Trey Benson. They're going to want to get him some run.
Oh, Matt's definitely coming for James Conner.
I just think these division leader things are even more fun because for the long shot prices, because I mean, think about it again, going back to the math, instead of competing with 32 teams, you're just competing with 4, right? So the long shots in my mind have more value. Am I taking Zach Charbonnet to lead the league in rushing? No. But it's just the NFC West. Yeah. It's so obviously he's got to beat Kenneth Walker, but then other than that, like I think he's gonna be in the mix.
Yeah. It's like that death meme where it's just like you need the 3 doors. You need death to visit 3 people.
Yes,
and then you're in.
Yeah, because and I'll pull up his odds too. And again, I think this will kind of show you the value in some of these division leader prices. So
that was the whole point. Like last year when we found the Tyler Algier thing, it was like, well, this doesn't make any sense.
This is crazy, Ryan. What do you think Zach Charbonnet is to lead the entire NFL in rushing yards?
Probably like 100 to 1.
100 to 1. Wow. What? It should. If he's 50 to 1 to lead the NFC West, shouldn't he be at least 400 to 1? There's 8 divisions.
I can probably explain the existence of Christian McCaffrey in his division. I think is probably what's doing this to the price.
Sure, I get it. Yeah. But Christian McCaffrey is also in the NFL,
and math's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't create it. It was here before us. Yeah, I like the angle.
Anything you can find of Zach Charbonnet beating
touchdowns?
Out most touchdowns in the division.
I don't believe they probably aren't offering it yet. But would you do the touchdowns?
Yeah.
I feel like every time I'm betting the yards or the touchdowns, I have to bet the other one.
Oh, because you don't want to be left hanging, right?
All right. So do you want me to enter new territory? I'm going to take us into a new market, Sean. We haven't talked about it all season. Total points. How many points do you think the Seattle Seahawks scored last year?
Total points.
Total points.
Okay, I'm going to say 325. Total guess.
364.
Okay. All right.
Pretty good guess.
Thanks.
So, based on do you think they're going to be a higher flying team than last year?
No, and this is probably good insurance because I think if they do succeed, if they do end up being good, it's going to be because they're running the ball well. They're getting their turnover differential goes up from +2. Mike Macdonald's defense kind of playing some grinded out games. And it's a way you can be optimistic without really being high on Geno Smith. That's really where I struggle to get to their ceiling outcome.
All right. So what if I told you again, 364 points last season?
I would take the under.
What if I told you this year they totaled it at 399.5?
How would they move it up? How would they move it up?
By that?
Why?
Many? All right. So do you want? All right.
Look at that team last year, and you go, "Oh, give them 30 more points."
So you're probably wondering, well, who?
What do you think? Eric Bieniemy is running.
Well, that might not be a good thing.
That's a little side story that got swept under the rug. Oh, the NFL is so racist. They're not giving Eric Bieniemy a chance. And then Eric Bieniemy's offensive coordinator and out of the league in 1 year.
Just disappeared. He was sent off in Riverboat Ron's boat.
Does the NFL get an apology? I mean, maybe some of these coaches were right to be a little skeptical. That Washington offense, and yes, some of it was talent, but some of it was really bad play calling.
I don't think the Commander fans are upset that he's gone.
No.
All right. So you probably wondering 399.5. What teams? Give me an example, Ryan, of a team that scored around 400 points last year. Well, there's 4.
Okay.
One, the Indianapolis Colts, which by the way, the Packers scored 383. The Colts
playing the dome
396. They were pushing the shit out of the ball. The Browns 396.
Shane Steichen.
The Browns, which once Joe Flacco came in, they were cooking with gas.
They really were.
The Saints, which was somewhat surprising to me,
another dome
at 402, and the Rams. How is this Seahawks team? Someone's made a mistake, Sean. This is a.
I really like.
I dare Jeff Benson to put this one up. I wonder if they have total points. I'll have to. I do have the sheets from the Circa in the.
I am just looking at this. Geno Smith dealing with hip and knee issues.
Yeah. So, all right. So
you're gonna move up the point total?
I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. It didn't seem right. So I had to share it with everyone.
No, it's a great one.
First time we're talking points.
I kind of almost forgot about that market.
Again, it's not up everywhere, but you can definitely find it. All right. So this brings me to something else. Will someone offer Sam Howell to lead the league in interceptions? Because with the hip and knee issues to Geno Smith, is there a chance? I don't see him being offered right now.
I mean, he gave it a run. God bless Sam Howell. He didn't. You know, every time you handicap the most interception market, you're usually like, well, you got to play. And I guess he did play all the games, but he didn't start all the games. Still led the league in attempts.
Very impressive performance. I mean, a performance Jameis Winston would be proud of.
What was it like? He didn't start 2 games, but then he ended up coming in for Jacoby Brissett.
He threw like 3 picks and a half. No big deal. All right. But being serious.
Yeah.
Geno, any interest in Geno Smith to lead the league in interceptions? No, you don't. Not going to throw enough. Not going to play enough.
Yeah, I think it's a combination.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be some. Yeah, I don't see it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, what's the price?
40 to 1.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you. I don't think he'll have the opportunities.
What do you like in the underdog market, Ryan?
Oh, great question. So I think they've been locked onto my computer. I'm getting your location treatment lately, but I would say so. The Charbonnet stuff. Hold on.
Well, they don't have any of the Charbonnet stuff up right now. I'll tell you.
Are you sure?
I'm not seeing any Charbonnet.
They had touchdowns up earlier.
Byron Murphy.
Oh no, you're going You're going defense.
I was going to go lower. I mean, a rookie to get 5 sacks is high, but maybe he's an outlier. JSN touchdowns. Kenneth Walker's touchdowns 8.5, 925.5 rushing yards. You can almost play Charbonnet by fading Kenneth Walker.
They have week 1 numbers up too, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Breaking news. So the other way to play this is you fade Geno Smith.
I think I'm just going to settle on lower 22.5 passing touchdowns for Geno.
Because I think if I had to maybe we should make this list at some point, Sean. Quarterbacks who definitely won't play the entire season. He's high to me. He's very high on the list of quarterbacks that are going to
he missed 2 games last year.
Dude,
only threw
Sam
for 20
Howell's,
touchdowns.
Sam Howell's as good as Geno Smith. And at some point, Sam Howell's they're gonna be like, all right, well, this isn't very exciting. Maybe we see what we have in Sam Howell.
I think again, Sam Howell to me, as much as it was a disaster, it's Washington. In much in the same way, I want to see Zach Wilson not in a Jets uniform before I officially, bury the guy. I'd like to see Sam Howell.
Sean's in on Zach Wilson.
No, I'm not in on him, but I think he had enough arm talent that maybe in the right system, and maybe he has a lot of issues, but maybe in the right setting, Sam Howell to me flashed like he had a couple 30-point games. He had some throws. I watched enough of the Commanders where I'm like, oh shit, that's actually a pretty decent ball. Now he had the floor, right? He had all those interceptions, et cetera, et cetera.
But
a lot of that was like,
up.
a lot of it was like, that's rookie stuff. That's bad scheme stuff. Like I thought the kids saw the field decently. I would have not given up on him on a rookie contract. I would not have. I mean, Howie Roseman, Eagles, they call themselves a QB factory. I don't think you punt on him that early. And to your point, Ryan, like they're not tied to Geno money wise. I think he doesn't have a huge benching risk, but if they start out 3-6, first year head coach, he's going to get the hook out. Because then, well, here, if you're first year head coach, all right, let's put it this way. Mike Macdonald, does he think Geno Smith is going to win him a Super Bowl?
No.
Okay. So if you're Mike Macdonald, the quicker you get to a quarterback besides Geno Smith, the better your job is, the better your job health is, the better your job status is. So how can you get rid of Geno Smith? Well, 1, he can struggle. 2, he can get injured, or 3, you can bottom out and then you draft the guy that you think can win you the Super Bowl. And when you draft a rookie quarterback, you automatically extend your leash. Now you have a bunch of good options because Geno Smith struggles. Okay, let's give the kid Sam Howell a little run.
Laid it out.
And if Sam Howell struggles, all right, then you have a decent shot to get a rookie, a good rookie quarterback. Mike Macdonald knows he's not winning a Super Bowl with Geno Smith. He's got to know that. If you put a gun to his head and said, "You think you're winning a fucking Super Bowl?"
Of course he knows that. And honestly, look, I think you look at Sam Howell. He played 1 game his rookie year. He came and he started in that trash offense that Eric Bieniemy was running.
Yeah, and I said rookie, but basically like first year as a starter.
He threw a lot of interceptions. He also threw for a lot of yards. He threw for 4,100 yards. Again, in a situation where he was often running for his life. I'm not trying to defend Sam Howell here, but I do think he was traded. It doesn't make sense. Why would you trade a cheap quarterback, 5th round quarterback on a rookie deal? Because you're worried that you're worried he's gonna fuck up Jaden Daniels.
They were worried he was gonna take the locker room from Jaden.
So what do you think he's gonna do in Seattle? Which I don't know. Maybe that's an upgrade for me, but again, if anyone's willing to offer the Sam Howell most interception prop just in case he gets in a couple games. Yeah, I don't know. I would wonder if Geno's missing time. What is this going to turn into? A couple weeks if Sam Howell's looking good. There's a lot of good receivers on that team. It probably is a little easier to look. I don't know. To your point, I can't imagine he's all in on Geno. Anything else?
No, I think it's we
wait. So final answer, we're taking the lower Geno Smith 22.5.
Is that your underdog as
touchdown.
Well? Yeah.
It seems obvious. We were talking about this with which quarterback were we talking about this where the number was just too high because he's not going to play all the games? Drake May.
Bo Nix.
Oh, Bo Nix.
Or sorry.
No,
Drake
May.
No.
Who were we?
JJ McCarthy.
That's right. JJ McCarthy. 10 previews in a week, Sean. It's going to happen. So it's the same kind of thing for me. We're highlighting why Sam Howell probably gets a little bit of burn. We're also, being an old guy who's already sore. It seems obvious.
Yeah. Well, Ryan, also, I know.
What do you mean?
Well, you mentioned old guy being sore, and I know we're technically previewing the Seattle Seahawks, but If you could somehow dig up the Zeke video, I think our audience would enjoy that as a nice send.
Yeah, I'll send it over to Josh.
A reminder, of course, the phrase that pays. Collect all 32 words. Submit the phrase, and we're gonna set up like a little Google sheet so we get everyone's email. We're gonna spin a virtual wheel. Fun way to kick off the season. One lucky winner will get a $500 circa NFL future.